Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. It is now time here for the DirtFair.com Super Late Models. It is the National Series here tonight at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Chris Nunn, and Chris, welcome back once again here at Fairbury. And well, it is now Super Late Models. They'll have their turn around this tight little ball ring of a racetrack.
And it's going to be a great one. Fairbury American Legion Speedway, one of the best quarter-mile dirt tracks you're ever going to find, sitting nestled right in downtown Fairbury, Illinois, at the fairgrounds. As I mentioned in the earlier broadcast, if you weren't listening, you can step right out of the gates and be right in somebody's front yard. And then you walk a block here at Casey's General Store. You get a pizza. It's right there in the middle of town. Can't beat it.
Oh, geez, I'd love to go for a big meat lover's pizza right about now. That would be absolutely swell. But since we can't do that, we are going to take a look at qualifying right now. And 25 drivers officially signing into the pit area. So we are in fact going to have a B main here tonight, and I believe that we should have it should be a 21 car feature actually. So 4 drivers going to be disappointed here tonight. 2 minutes on the qualifying clock, 90 seconds left. These drivers have one opportunity to lay down a lap time. Hunter Stifler, who had a good run in the Pro Late Model Series, sets the time of 12.479. Nice lap time there for Hunter Stifler.
He was one of our survivors in that absolutely insane race that we had in the Pro Late Models. Once again, I don't think anybody had a straight piece of sheet metal beside your winner, Blake Majulis. Tyler Ducharme going to the top of the charts. The 12.386 machine was like a Tanner Folds car. Dylan Wilson currently sits second. That is Hunter Stifler, Shad Prescott, and Blake Brown rounding out the top 5 so far with less than a minute to go.
All right, watching right now of Blake Brown, 12.558. His best lap as we watch Shad Prescott, 12.527. As Cole Cabre, 12.516. We're watching Mitch Stiles right now in car number 54. And the racetrack, and we've still got about 5 or 6 drivers that are out there at the moment. Devin Morgan with a 12.334. As there goes Stiles, 12th quick.
A good lap for Devin Morgan. Goes to the top of the charts. Tyler Ducharme now second, then Wilson and Stifler. Aaron Kitchen now goes to the 5th spot with a 12.494. Then it's Majulis, Cabre, Prescott, Swain, and Brown rounding out the top 10. 10 seconds to go in qualifying. Evan C. He's got to, I thought he was going to try to get a lap in, but decides not to.
He will not get a lap in, so he will have to come from the back of the bus as he officially going to qualify 22nd in that one. We'll bring up the heat race, in fact, qualifying results up on screen right now. So just the 3 heat races here tonight. Devin Morgan, Tyler Ducharme, Dylan Wilson go 1, 2, 3. They will start on pole of respective heat races 1, 2, and 3 as well. Hunter Stifler, Aaron Kitchen, the top 5. Blake Majulis, Cole Cabre, Shad Prescott, Zach McSwain, Blake Brown, the top 10. Tomasi, Payne, Hauser, Fisher, Stiles, Sorensen, Scalf, Sizemore, Duval, Folds, and James Grace. 21 cars getting a time. 4 drivers not getting a time. Evan C., Huey Quillen, Eric Tupper, and Daniel Passmore. Heat race number 1. I don't think the grid's going to work as correct. And oh my, would you look at that? Devin Morgan on pole alongside Hunter Stifler out of position number 2.
Run number 2, we're going to see Cole Cabre. Outside of him, it's going to be Blake Brown in 74.
Dylan Hauser rolls off out of position number 5, and Barry Sorensen will start position number 6.
Row 4 on the inside, it's Mr. Duvall in that 7th spot. Outside him, we're going to see Evan C. and Daniel Passmore is going to round out the field here in heat race number 1.
There we go. Heat 1. Bring up the... Now, would you like the car numbers up there again?
Yes, that would be fantastic.
Sounds good.
Car numbers, license numbers, bank account numbers. Put them all up there. Let's find out what we got.
Yeah, social security numbers. Yeah, what? Look, they can always just transfer the money to me.
That's true.
Whether they get it back or not might be a different story. We might be on a holiday. Anyhow, we get set here for heat race number 1. 10 laps on the board. Top 3 going to the main event. Everybody else will go through to the preliminary mains as the green flag is out. Devin Morgan, Cabre, that's Cole Cabre in the 71. Moves up into 2nd position as everybody trying to fight for positions, fight for a spot on the racetrack. Hauser and Stifler come together there on the exit of turn number 4.
Hauser, the worse for wear of that in that situation. It's Stifler now to the third spot. Cole Cabry right in front of him. That whole Cabry family, they can race. Chase Cabry, Cole, they are all racers here as they roll here out of turn number 1 and 2. It's still Morgan, Cabry, and Stifler, 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, Conqueray caught the inside U-tie. Stifler had to take evasive action. Blake Brown from about 4th, straight into 2nd spot. Here comes Dylan Hauser on the inside of Sorensen, on the inside of Evan C. 3 wide for positions 4, 5, and 6.
No, typical Fairbury action. 3 wide, stacked out through the heat races. Devin Morgan starting to pull away now from your second place car, Blake Brown. Evan C. has moved from the back now to the 4th spot as they roll down the back straightaway. We're going to complete lap number 5 here. Oh, contact coming out of turn number 4. I believe, who was that? That was...
Duval.
Was that Duval?
Yeah, into Sorensen.
Duval. He threw a right hook onto Sorensen and about knocked him into the wall.
Yeah, nearly knocked him out of the ballpark, trying to send him back into the trailer there on the outskirts of turn number 4. Hauser continuing to work upstairs just behind Evan C. there in car 33, and Evan C's had a pretty good run as well, but nobody catching. Devin Morgan, Blake Brown, 1 and 2, Hunter Stifler right on the bubble and got one of the best in the business right in behind him, Evan C.
Evan C. trying to find a way around on the top side of the racetrack to get around Hunter Stifler. 2 laps to go as they came around. They're going to get the white flag this time by Devin Morgan way out front and in control.
Yes, just 1 lap to go right now through turns 1 and 2. Devin Morgan will take a look at Hunter Stifler and Evan C. It's the battle of the threes for position number 3 down into turns 3 and 4. Evan C. caught the inside U-tire. Hauser got him. Oh, nowhere to go. Evan C. going to end up upside down. And he's going to finish in position number 6. But Devin Morgan getting the win there in heat race number 1. Blake Brown comes home 2nd. Hunter Stifler will come home 3rd. Dylan Hauser 4th. Barry Sorensen the top 5.
We have seen some crazy things happen at the end of the races. You saw the B-Main and the Pro Late Model Series that had an incident there at the end, and now the incident in the heat race here. Well, yeah, it's been some crazy finishes here at Fairbury.
That indeed it has. Heat race number 2 coming up on screen right now.
Tyler Descharme, your pole setter. Yeah, outside of him, we're going to see Aaron Kitchen.
Shad Prescott starts position 3. Tanner Tomasi will start position number 4.
Then we're going to see Chris Fisher inside of row number 3. Outside of him, Eric Scalf in 26.
And Tanner Folds in the 015 will start position number 7. And Huey Quillen in the 04 will line up at a position number 8. And I don't even think Huey Quillen is even in the service. So it looks like we might be set. Don't know, there he is. He made the grid. So 8 cars going to take to the racetrack. 10 laps on the board. The top 3 going to move into your main event, Chris.
And it's going to be an exciting heat race. Tyler Ducharme, Aaron Kitchen, a couple of the best. Shad Prescott and Tanner Tomasi, another strong as second row. This one's going to be good. We're going to keep an eye on that 26 of Scalf as well.
All these heat races are pretty stacked when it comes to the National Series, and this is the reason why, because we like to have the best in the business here at the World of Thunder Racing League, and these drivers, they certainly put on a show week in and week out, and well, 75 laps is going to be the main event. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see a track reset during the warm-up session to give these drivers a fresh track for the main event, because no doubt after the 75 laps it is going to be black slick. Green flag here on heat race number 2.
And here comes Aaron Kitchen trying to get underneath Tyler Ducharme in that 25 machine. Down the back straightaway, Tomasi and Prescott running side by side for the second spot. They're double file 1st through 4th as they roll down the front straightaway to complete lap number 1.
Yeah, it's all Tyler Ducharme at the moment, but again, Aaron Kitchen in that 17 machine. You look at Tomasi and Prescott working side by side. Prescott on the inside in that number 14 machine. He's into position number 3. Chris Fisher, that orange, grey, black and white number 5 machine. Back there in 5th, and now looks down low as Prescott around the outside of Kitchen for that second spot. And here comes Tomasi on the inside.
Wow, Scalf about got into the rear end of Fisher there as they rolled out of turn number 2. He had to save it. Ducharme, and here comes Shad Prescott back to the top side of the second spot. Kitchen sitting there on the bottom of the racetrack in the 3rd position. Ducharme, though, he's got about a 2-car length lead right now over Prescott.
Prescott looking to take away that 2-car length leaders down into turn number 1 and 2, halfway home in heat number 2. 5 down, 5 to run here on the dirtfan.com Super Late Model National Series. It's Tyler Ducharme. The good run so far. Now Kitchen coming back after Prescott. Down into turns 1 and 2. They'll both run the middle of the racetrack. Couple of different lines here. Chris already top side and the middle.
Out of turn number 4, Prescott out of the inside of Ducharme. Trying to get that lead away as Prescott goes to the inside. But Ducharme got a good run off the top of the racetrack. Aaron Kitchen sitting back there in the 3rd position. There's going to be 2 laps to go. This time by Ducharme has got a hard-charging Prescott underneath him now for the lead.
Yeah, they nearly made contact there out of turn number 2 as Ducharme came down the racetrack and Prescott was right in the middle. 1 to go, Chris.
Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway for the final time. Tyler Ducharme's got a 2-car length advantage. He's going to go to the bottom of the racetrack to close off Prescott, and he's going to take the win here in heat race number 2 over Prescott. Aaron Kitchen 3rd, Tanner Tomasi 4th, and Chris Fisher rounding out the top 5.
Well, there we go. Heat number 2 is complete here at the dirtfan.com Super Late Model Nationals Series here, presented by World of Thunder Racing League. You can check out their website at the bottom of your screen there, or the middle of the screen, www.wotrl.com. And don't forget, you can check out dirtfan.com on the World Wide Web as well. I just said it, dirtfan.com. Heat race number 3. Cars making their way onto the racetrack right now.
Dylan Wilson's going to be your pole setter in the 80 machine. Outside of him, it's going to be Blake Majulis.
Zach McSwain will start position 3, and Alex Payne will start position number 4.
Mitch Stiles to the inside of row 3. Outside of him, it's got to be Dustin Sizemore.
And the final 2 cars, it'll be James Grace and Eric Tupper to roll off out of positions number 7 and 8 here in the final heat race of the night before we move into the, I believe it should be the 1B main.
Then we're going to get set for a 75-lap war here at Fairbury American Legion Speedway. And if you thought the super late models are getting around here fast, just wait till the sprint cars here coming up later on. That is going to be insane to watch.
Yeah, especially around this type of racetrack, man. It is elbows up. It is on the wall. Drivers won't be afraid to use that inside line. But yeah, those 410s, they are a different beast around here. But heat race number 3, the 3rd and final heat of the night. 10 laps is on the board, and we are green. And what on the front row, this is Wilson v. Majulis. Wilson through the middle, Majulis upstairs. He's got the run out of turn number 2 into turn number 3. Wilson looks to slide up.
And we got 2 of the best. 4 wide back there behind them for that 3rd spot. As you got 2 of the best duking it out for the lead. Wilson on the bottom, Majulis on the top side. Majulis operating for the white 127 here in the super late models. He had the gray car out in the last race in the pro late models. So it must be nice to have a bunch of cars at your disposal.
Yeah, well, he is certainly out in front as Wilson just blinks out there. McSwain back there in 3rd, Styles. Then you go back to Payne, and Payne, who got an invite to the National Series via the Super Late Model B Series. So he's already done a whole lot of laps around here at Fairbury in both the Super Late Model and the Pro Late Model as well. So again, one of these drivers that can run 3 different classes here on the Sunday nights.
As they roll single file now out of turn number 3 or 2 down the back straightaway. Majulis starting to open up a gap now between he and Wilson. It's about 0.5 of a second, half second now. As Majulis running the going low, drifting up high. Wilson deciding to stay up on the cushion. 2 distinct lines being ran by your top 2, but it's working out for Majulis as we got 4 to go.
Yeah, now they'll both go to the slider line. Majulis started mid-track. Wilson started on the low side, and they both went up to about half racetrack was Wilson. Majulis slid all the way to the cushion there. So they'll do the same thing again. Majulis, let's take a look at their last lap times by as well coming up. So you can see Majulis, he is over a 10th quicker than Dylan Wilson. Zach McSwain turning some good lap times as well. As now Majulis down to the low side. Very similar sort of lap times, but have a look at McSwain. McSwain is going to close in on him right now, but I don't think he's going to have enough time. White flag.
Now, white flag is out. McSwain had the fastest lap of the race that last time around, 12.731. Or Alex Payne, 12.712. So he was pretty quick on that lap around, but nobody's got to catch Majulis. He's going to take the win here in this third and final heat race over Dylan Wilson, Zach McSwain. And battle for the 4th and 5th spot. We'll make sure here. We'll check with timing and scoring and see who officially got that 4th spot. It was close there at the line, and it was... we'll wait for the results to pop up here on the screen.
Yeah, just waiting for it to skip heat races number 4 and 5 as... Oh, how about I show the right one first? There we go. So Styles...
It was Styles.
8 1/1000ths of a second over Alex Payne.
That was a good finish there for that 4th spot.
Yeah, that indeed it was. All right, that is your results for heat race number 3. We'll move into the first of 2 B mains here on the program. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And they're going to be contested over 12 laps. And the top 6 are going to go through.
It's going to be Dylan Hauser on the pole of B main number 1. Outside of him, it's going to be Mitch Styles.
Chris Fisher will line up inside your second row out of position 3. Evan C in the 33 will line up out of position 4.
Row 3, it's James Grace and Eric Scalf in 26.
And then we go back to Cole Cabray in the 71 out of position 7 and Dustin Sizemore out of position number 8. So 2 cars going to be sent packing from this race.
2 disappointed people in this 8-car B main here. And tell you what, it's going to be a barn burner. It's only got 10 laps to decide it, I believe. Is it 10 or 12 in this one?
I think 12.
12 laps. 12 laps to decide it. I have a feeling the 75-lap main event is going to be great. Green is out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It's Dylan Hauser, your leader. Mitch Styles in that second spot. Evan C., who had an issue in his heat race, ended up upside down on the final corner. He'll roll into that 3rd spot, and we'll keep an eye on him in this B main. He had to hit the binders there to keep from sliding up into the wall. It's still Hauser, Styles, C, and Chris Fisher into that 4th spot. Eric Scalf runs 5th. Cole Cabry now up to the 5th spot. That moves Scalf now to the bump spot there as they trade that 5th and 6th spot. James Grace 1 spot out looking in.
Yes, Cabry and Scalf going to go side by side. James Grace again on the outside looking in. Remember, top 6 is where you need to be. Otherwise, you're loaded up on the virtual hauler. And you might as well roll the 410 wing sprint car out. Or if you don't want to do that, get in your hauler. Styles upside down. We might be going yellow, but we're staying green for the moment. And now that's going to put a battle between Eric Scalf and Dustin Sizemore for the final transfer position.
Tell you what, get upside down. Now you got a whole... He's done. That might be it for him in this one. He is probably going to load it up. But Hauser and C and Fisher, your top 3. Then it's Cabry, Grace, and Sizemore now in your top 6. The battle is going to be for that 6th and final transfer spot. Scalf has to do some catch-up here to get around Sizemore because that is the position.
Yeah, James Grace just having a few problems in 1 and 2 as we're down into 3 and 4. Watching Cabry on screen in that Swindell Speedway number 71 machine. But it's all Dylan Hauser out in front. It'll be 8 laps gone this time by. And that car was bouncing all the way through turns number 3 and 4. You've got to wonder, there's a little bit of a bump going into turn 3. And if you hit that wrong, it results as the number 2 machine just bouncing. Look at that, just bouncing its way through the middle of 3 and 4.
It's a little bit choppy there in that turn. I've seen a few cars bounce around a little bit, but it doesn't seem like it's affecting much as here comes Evan C. now for the lead. Throws the slider on Hauser out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Evan C. takes the lead of Hauser as we just got 2 laps to go, and he bounced around there in that hole coming out of turn 1 and 2. White flag's going to fly this time by.
Here comes C to the inside. 1 to run, and Evan C's just taken away the race lead from Dylan Hauser, who has just been on cruise control all race long as Hauser throws the slider down into turn 3. Here comes C with a crossover. I'm pretty sure Evan C just got it. Man, it was very close. C, Hauser, Fisher, Cabry, Grace, and Sizemore, the top 6 that will go through to the main event. Everybody else, Eric Scalf and Mitch Styles, unfortunately for those drivers, they're going to have to pack it up and go home as B-Main number 1 results coming up on screen.
Evan C., Dylan Hauser, Chris Fisher, Cole Cabry, James Grace, and Dustin Sizemore. The 6 cars transferring. Eric Scalf and Mitch Styles going to transfer to the trailer and try again next Sunday. All right, here comes B main number 2, top 6 transfer. Tanner Tomasi, your pole sitter. Outside of him, we're going to see Barry Sorensen. Row 2 on the inside, it's going to be Alex Payne. Outside of him, Huey Quillen. Row 3, it's going to be William Duvall and Eric Tupper in row number 3. And rounding out the field, we're going to see Tanner Folds and Daniel Passmore. So 6 out of these 8 are going to transfer one more time. As the field rolls around. And Brett, this one we only have 2, 4, 6, 7 cars in this one.
Yeah, Daniel Passmore did not grid. And just trying to think if he raced in the heat race. I'm pretty sure he did race in the heat race.
I thought he did.
He hasn't had a whole lot of luck tonight, but we get set for the final B main. One car out of this field is not going to go through, and you certainly don't want to be that one car. Speaking of the one car, Tanner Tomasi in the number 1 car out in front. Barry Sorensen, Alex Payne, they'll run side by side. Sorensen has the top side of the racetrack locked down at the moment, but here comes Payne back to the inside. They'll drag race off turn number 4 again.
Out of turn number 1 and 2 they go. Down the back straightaway, it's Tanner Tomasi out front. Alex Payne works himself up into that second spot. Barry Sorensen, we're going to keep an eye on Huey Quillen, a roll in the bottom of the racetrack. Again, one car going to go home out of this one, and you don't want to be that one.
No, I get the feeling at the moment it's between Tanner Folds and William Duvall, and, well, I guarantee William Duvall knows what kind of treatment he's going to get if he doesn't transfer from this one. He calls himself a late model driver, and right now he's not doing too good of a job as he's going to absolutely clout the concrete wall.
Wow, he absolutely pancaked it there. Right now, his only hope, he's going to have to hope somebody wrecks here and cannot continue. I hate to say that about him because he's such a nice guy and all, but Ryan, he's having all kinds of issues in that 32 machine.
Oh, here comes Payne with a slide job on Tomasi. Sorensen, oh no, Payne around. Oh, the Folds gets underneath him. Payne gets 6. Folds back to 7. And there goes the yellow flag. Wow.
Oh, we flipped one in the last B main and we don't go yellow, but now we go yellow in this one. Why? I don't understand it.
Yeah, look, couldn't answer that question. That's why you're right next to where race control is. We'll let those guys deal with that.
Man, how about the move from Duvall to avoid that wreck on the back straightaway? He threaded the needle and split those 2 cars.
Yeah, that was a nice move.
You'd be sitting and grinning on that one. I would be. Barry Sorensen is your leader. Tanner Tomasi in that second spot as we are clicking down the laps. Only 6 cars transfer. William Duvall trying to hope to be one of those 6 cars as we had that carnage on the back straightaway. Nobody dropped out, though. Everybody's still able to continue as the laps are going to click down. Here we go out of turn 4. Barry Sorensen, your leader. Tomasi in second. And Huey Quillen in that third spot. But that battle's going to be for 6th as here comes Tomasi. Splits the gap between Quillen and Sorensen. He'll take the lead as Eric Tupper sits back there in the 4th spot. How about it? Duvall's in that 6th and final transfer spot. Brett, will he be able to hold on to it?
Well, we've only got 2 more turns to find out. Tomasi to the inside, slide job on Sorensen. Sorensen back to the middle of the racetrack. Another good finish in B main. It's B main number 2. And no,
what happened to William?
Not sure, but you know what happened? He didn't make the show.
He was right there coming out of 2. Then I hope he didn't think it was over.
I don't know, but let's take a look at B main number 2 results as we've got a warm-up session coming up on screen. Tomasi, Sorensen, Quill in the top 3. Tupper, Payne and Folds, 4th, 5th and 6th. Duvall home in position number 7. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. Your 75 lap A main event.
Oh, say can you early line was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
On behalf of the World Thunder iRacing League, Daniel Passmore, BJ Duvall, and myself, Stephen McMillan, we want to thank the people working the front lines to serve our hospitals, our grocery stores, gas stations, first responders, and military personnel. Remember, it will take every one of us to get through this pandemic. Continue practicing social distancing, and together we'll get through this. God bless each and every one of you. And we hope you will tune in every Sunday night for the DirtFan.com iRacing series, live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
All right, we are back here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway as we're getting set to go with our National Series Super Late Models. 75 laps here at the fairgrounds here in Fairbury, Illinois. We're smack dab in the middle of a neighborhood. You cannot beat that. If you live here in the town, you can just step outside and just walk down the street and head over and watch the races every Saturday night here at Hashtag Falls, is what they call it, home of the Prairie Dirt Classic, which is one of the biggest crown jewels in late model racing, as we're getting set to go 75 laps here tonight. And it's going to be a great race as the cars are beginning to grid here on the racetrack. As we look at our front row, it's going to be Devin Morgan. Outside of him, it's going to be Tyler Ducharme making up row number 1.
Blake Majulis start position 3, and Blake Brown going to roll off at a position number 4.
Row number 3 on the inside is Shad Prescott. Outside of him, it's going to be Dylan Wilson in the 80.
Hunter Stifler out of position 7, and Aaron Kitchen rolling off out of position number 8.
Row 5 on the inside, it's Zach McSwain. Outside of him, it's going to be Evan C. in 33.
Tanner Tomasi will start position 11, Dylan Hauser out of position number 12.
And rolling off in position 13, inside of row 7, it's going to be Barry Sorensen. Outside of him, Chris Fisher.
Huey Quillen and Cole Cabry out of positions 15 and 16.
And row number 9, it's going to be Eric Tupper on the inside in 17th. Outside of him, James Grace.
Then we go back to Alex Payne out of position 19, Dustin Sizemore 20th, and Tanner Folds out of position number 21. 21 cars, Chris, 75 laps on the board. We're still going to go through a 4-wide salute here at the Fairbury Speedway, the virtual Fairbury Speedway.
Yeah, I can't forget the 4-wide salute this race. I did last race. I was like, oh, hey, we're going green. No, we're not. Never mind.
Yeah, look, I thought I'd give you a bit of warning on that one, just so we don't do that again.
I had a hunch. That was what you were doing.
So, as the iRacing green flag has been displayed, we are going to get these drivers into a 4-wide salute. And, well, I've got to say, Steve McMillan, I'm going to throw him under the bus right now, because normally he gives us the redraw drivers. He did not do that, and I can tell you right now that
he's fired.
Yeah, he'd give you a week off and not me. I mean, this is unfair. This is racist.
What's he have against you Aussies anyway?
I'm crippled. That's what. That's what I'm going with anyway.
Yeah, let's go with it. Why not?
Now,
There we go. We're moving into the missing man formation.
yeah, seeing as though this is the Memorial weekend, I believe it is over there in the United States. This would be why that they are going with the missing man formation.
Yeah, always a very, very big weekend. Yeah, it's different, not having the Indy 500 rolling off today. The Coca-Cola 600 got rolled off, and they had a little weather delay. So 2 races that you normally see on Memorial Day weekend, the Monaco Grand Prix and the Indy 500. It felt weird without them today.
Ask me how many laps I'd watch combined between them.
0.
Exactly. Oh, you knew that answer already.
I had a hunch that was what you were going to say.
All right, so we're on lap 4 of 80. Now, the first 5 laps, of course, will be, of course, the 4-wide salute. And once we come out of turn number 4, next time by, as the drivers are going to have to slow up and get into their rows of 2x2, we'll bring the standings back up so we can tell you who is where, what driver number is what car as well. Now, 9 out of 10 times, they're the same car and what you see there on the numbers. For an instance, Tyler Ducharme, when in the 25K, he shows the number 9 on screen. We'll go through that later on if we get a caution, but our feature event is underway here at the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series. And look at Wilson around the outside of Prescott, down into turn number 3 and 4.
Well, Prescott now going to try to slide back underneath Wilson down the front straightaway, but Dylan Wilson, he's going to lead this lap as Prescott. Now Blake Brown, they are stacked up 3 wide. Here comes Blake Majulis now in the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to slide into 3rd, and he's got Wilson and Prescott duking it out. You would think this is lap number 74, not lap 2.
Were you just going to call him Will and Dilson just then?
Wheeling, Dylan, Wilson.
All right, Wilson around the outside of Prescott once again. Wilson, and I thought they might have done a reset on the track, but not to be. Oh, look out! Everybody stacking and racking and jacking them back up 3 wide. Look at Hauser up on the inside of the number 2 machine, on the inside of Stifler, and Devin Morgan right up on the outside concrete wall.
Oh, and Dylan Hauser there got into the side of the 3 machine of Stifler, and he slides underneath Blake Brown. Again, they're 4 wide down the front straightaway, and this racetrack is absolutely racy. You can go top, bottom, middle, anywhere you want to. Dylan Wilson, though, still out front.
McSwain trying to come through on the bottom side, nearly dooring Hunter Stifler out of the way as they'll go 3 wide with C on the top side. Look at everybody up inside the top 10. I believe they're trying to fight for the outside, but right now these drivers are fighting to stay inside the top 10 as Tomasi gets into the back of McSwain. In comes Kitchen. Look at Fisher now on the inside. And again, they continue to go 3 wide. This is about the 6th lap in a row where we've seen 3 wide action, Chris.
Yeah, this is crazy here at Fairbury. 3-4 wide as we look through the pack. There's Tanner Tomasi. Oh, look out. Fisher got sideways. I believe that was Fisher. Yeah, it was. Looked like he hit something on the bottom of the racetrack and upset the race car. Here comes the 71 of Cole Cabry. He had to make his way through a B main. So far, so good here. We've been green the whole way.
Yes, as now here comes Morgan in the 112 machine to the inside on Tyler Ducharme. He'll throw a slider down into 3 and 4. The right rear quarter panel taps the concrete wall. He got tight. Now in comes Hauser with a slide job on Morgan. And right now it is Tyler Ducharme just leading this 3. What is going to be a 4-car pack because Evan C. and Blake Brown, they're going at it as well. So a good couple of side-by-side action right now. Meanwhile, Majulis is by Shad Prescott.
And he got that 2nd spot. Now he's going to have his sights set on your leader, Dylan Wilson, as we're keeping an eye on that battle between Ducharme, Hauser, and Morgan. And how about an attaboy for Evan C.? He started back after, contact almost between Ducharme. Is that Ducharme? No, that is Hauser and Morgan there as they came down the back straightaway. But how about the attaboy for C? He had to come through the B main, and he's already up to 7th.
Yes, a number of drivers, 12 drivers in fact, coming through from the B main. 9 of them had already locked in as Luca Cabry on the inside of Stifler. And then you go on just in front of them was also working on the outside was Tanner Tomasi. And again, a lot of these drivers very experienced around this type of a racetrack, and they know that the top side is the place to be. But I'm interested to see what that groove right in the middle We're about 3/4 of the way up the racetrack, just underneath that slick line. Try and get someone running it there, right there where Prescott just rolled through turns 3 and 4 there on the exit. That line may come back in later on.
I hope so, because that's going to allow for some more grooves to take part. Right now, everybody looks like they're running the high side right against the wall. Fairbury usually doesn't get this slick on a regular Saturday night of racing, so this is kind of unusual for Fairbury. But nonetheless, it's still racing, and you can still put that car anywhere you want to. This kind of racing condition, wet on the bottom, slick up to the top, you get some pretty good slide jobs in this kind of surface.
Yeah, well, just imagine what the 410s are going to do. This will probably be like heat race number 2 or 3, knowing how quickly the track burns off in the 410 wing sprint car. Still watching Evan C. and Zach McSwain. Now we'll go back up to Dylan Hauser, who again is trying to make a move on Tyler Ducharme. That's the drivers in 4th and 5th at the moment, and about 6-7 car lengths in front of them is Shad Prescott. Does Tanner Folds going a lap down Huey Quillen. He's done for the night already. He must have pulled it off some 5-10 laps ago or something like that, because he is OUT, and 20 cars still on the racetrack as we are getting into lap traffic.
And right now it's going to be Dustin Sizemore, that car to go a lap down here, as Dylan Wilson looks to slide underneath them. Almost some contact. That's going to allow Majulis to close in now on your leader, as Wilson's having a hard time getting around the lap car of Sizemore. As here comes Majulis now. He's right there, Brett.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, here's the thing, Sizemore, he wants to stay on the lead lap, so he'll do everything in his powers. There goes Wilson, and there goes Majulis as well. Here comes Prescott. Look at Prescott going right through the middle, right through that grip lane. He nearly got by, nearly got around Blake Majulis. Majulis throwing a move on Wilson. Sizemore nowhere to go. And
oh my goodness.
Upside down. Oh, look out, look out. Majulis just tagged Cabray's teammate.
Wow, that was a wild series of events, and that's going to drastically alter the top 10.
Yeah, well, coming off that one as well, I mean, we can probably go back and take a look at the replay, but by the time we get there and by the time we have a look at it, we're almost we're probably on 2 to green right now, so there'll be very little time to have a look at that. But going back to what we've seen live, it was Majulis who slid up into the side there of Wilson. And then unfortunately, Dustin Sizemore, that lap car, nowhere to go. As he checked up, cars behind him, Ducharme got involved as well. And that obviously forced the 127 of Blake Majulis to go around. So I no doubt in my mind that Blake Majulis has probably been given an EOL for that one.
Now it's going to be interesting to watch him come through the back of the field and see what he's got, if he continues on, that is. I'm sure he will, though.
He's certainly got the talent, but at this field, we're going to do something here that we don't normally do. We're going to bring up the I rating for these drivers. Now, this is official I rating, so this isn't league racing. If they that only brings up on how many they would gain on their, if this was an official race, so I guess we can take that off. That was no problem. Thought I was going to get clever on that one.
Well, this has been Dylan Wilson's race right here. And I said lap traffic, man. It could help you out and it can hurt you. And lap traffic right there, that, well, yeah, it wasn't the lap traffic. It was just a move by Majulis trying to get that spot away. And they just made contact with Morgan, and the chain reaction from there.
Alright, so it looks like we are set for green flag action this time, maybe next time by. Lights are still flashing on the pace truck, and you might notice that we're not actually using up any of the laps. So Majulis is coming back to second. No, he's in fact going back to pit road. So that 127, they'll get some running repairs on that car, along with Dustin Sizemore and Tyler Ducharme as well.
We've had a few guys rolling in as well, as we still stay under caution. So our lineup's going to sort itself out here, hopefully, and we'll be back ready to go.
Let's go and take a look at some of these different camera angles that we got. Is that a garden just there, or is that some grass? Because that needs to be mowed.
It's the grass outside of turn 1 and 2. We're still pacing under yellow. We got cars trying to decide whether or not they want to go in the pits or not.
We've got a whole lot of angles covered here on Dirt TV. We've got the horse track on the outskirts of what is, I think, turn 4 there.
And we're on the horse track now on the outside there. That's behind the flag stand and the scores tower.
Is that where we are too? Or are we behind that?
We are to the left of it, it looks like.
Let's take a look at on board now. Some of these angles, if I can get it, if I can pick the right one, there it is. I like that shot from the back of the 80 car of Dylan Wilson, just looking out at the rest of the field, and it gives you a real good indication as well if we take a look on board, just at how slick this racetrack actually is.
Oh yeah, and the pace truck's throwing dust right now, Adam.
Thankfully, there's not a number of tear-offs that these drivers have on their helmets. They have an unlimited supply of tear-offs, so it's just a matter of clicking a button.
Hoping we go green here very shortly.
I think they're just
Luckily.
I think they're just trying to get the lineup sorted as well, so...
Luckily, the caution laps do not count in this one.
I like that shot too.
Right there in the wheel well.
Yep. I also got a shot of the left front as well, and you can really just, once you just see it, the front end bounce, it just bounces up and down.
Put a camera anywhere on these cars.
And the best thing is I can actually now, of course, these cameras brought to us by Black Diamond Motorsports, so these onboard shots. The best thing is I can actually right now, if I wanted to, we could move the camera around while these drivers are under yellow. So the lights, oh, here we go, lights are out on the pace truck, which means we are getting set for a green flag here off turn number 4. Or do they come back on? No, they turned back on. Steve's playing games with us.
So it might be the longest caution flag of the that I've seen here in a while.
So lights still flashing.
I think one of the scorers went to the bathroom.
Yes, I think Jimmy, the security guard, is not letting him back up into the towers box. Thankfully, we haven't come across that one just yet. Although we nearly had an incident there where we had to get the security guard to let us in. As this is painful.
Are the lights out?
Nope.
Trying to see the pace truck. Nope. Thought about popping up to race control to see what's going on, but
Well, tell you what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to open the door for you. Let's hopefully Jimmy let you back in. We'll throw you up into the race control tower. You can get some information and then come back to us. As Chris Dudley's just going to figure out what's going on. We get a good look here at the iRacing.com official pace truck, and of course, while we've got this break, while we're just waiting for the lineup to get sorted, of course, a big thanks to Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder iRacing League, DirtFan.com, iRace Wraps, ISBC Broadcasting, and Critical Hit Baits, and of course, a big thanks to, of course, DirtFan.com and World of Thunder for their Sunday night shows. And we welcome back Chris Nunn. He's gotten by Jimmy the security guard, as he's been pretty occupied. As Chris, what's the 911?
they are drinking. No, I'm just kidding. They were trying to clear out some blacks and get everything sorted out after that caution. So the alcohol's been put away and we're ready to go back racing.
All right, green flag back onto the speedway here. at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway is looking Majulis now. Looking to the inside. He'll throw the slide jump right now on Dylan Wilson. Now it's actually scoring Alex Payne on the lead lap. But now we can confirm that that is in fact not actually correct, as Alex Payne is at the back. But right now it's Majulis and Wilson throwing some haymakers and Hail Marys on each other.
Now you notice Majulis got put back up there in that second spot after that caution flag. So I didn't quite get a ruling on that one as I had to head back down here, but it looks like Majulis got a cut a lucky break there on that caution.
Yeah, that he did. Now he's into the race lead here. We're not even we're not too far away from about half race distance, but we're about 1/3 of the race distance complete this time by. As we are looking at, are we on live or are we on a replay here?
You're on live, it looks like.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So the reason why it's flicking over when they go down the back straightaway is because it's scoring Alex Payne, the race leader, when it's in fact Blake Majulis. So that is now 31 complete of the 75 lap main event.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird how it does that, and it's all you got to do basically is just remove Payne off your screen there, and there you go. You got your running lineup.
So we continue to watch right now as there goes Prescott back to the inside on Hauser. This is a good battle for what is 3rd and 4th effectively on the racetrack. Shad Prescott in that number 14 machine. Hauser, well, he thought about going the slider, but he was just pointed in the wrong direction when they were going down into turn number 3, and he thought better of it.
Yeah, I definitely got that thing crossed right back up. Majulis, Wilson, Prescott, Hauser, and Ducharme, your top 5. As they roll out of turn number 4 down the front straight. Right, single file right now. Track looks to be top dominant, and I'm hoping it's not taking rubber because right now nobody's getting off that top side.
You see Alex Payne there in the number 70 machine as he's starting to make his way through the field as he gets by Aaron Kitchen for what is now, well, Kitchen will be back to 16th, and Payne has moved up to position number 15, but oh, look out, Folds with a slider on Sizemore, and Folds caught that inside the U-tie there on the infield, as now here comes Majulis and Wilson. Lap traffic once again coming back into play. Meanwhile, the battle is on between Prescott and Hauser.
Yeah, I bet your leaders were thinking, what in the world are these lap cars doing trying to throw sliders at each other? But they were right behind them. And the leaders had to avoid that calamity as we go back here to Hauser in the 3rd spot. And it's Prescott behind him and Ducharme in 5th. And right behind him it's Devin Morgan and McSwain. Man, what a crazy turn of events that was in lap traffic. But your leaders, though, got around Folds and Sizemore.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the likes of Hauser, Prescott, Ducharme, as Ducharme and Prescott come together. Ducharme and Morgan now coming together. Here comes McSwain on the inside. They'll go 3 wide. Here comes Morgan, but Ducharme, he holds on to that lineup on the top side, and you do not want to get off that top side, Chris.
No, once you get down on the top side, you're going to get freight trained right now. This track is top dominant, and it looks like that's where the groove is. Ducharme got into the wall. Morgan got into him, and he gets into McSwain, and Ducharme, gets hit hard by Cabry, and he goes flying 20 feet in the air. Wow.
That is, yeah, I'd be laughing at that too. That is some crazy stuff here at Fairbury. Man, you've got a feel for Ducharme. He absolutely got reamed there by Cole Cabry in that 71 Swindell Speed Lab machine. But that was a good race there for about, what was it, 4th, 5th, 6th, around there?
Yeah, it was right around that 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot. And, man, I tell you what, Tyler Ducharme got the worst for wear there. His car was up above the catch fence.
All right, well, actually, we're going to let race control know that they need to give Payne an EOL just for the simple fact that he's not a race leader. So hopefully that does get sorted, and looks like it's been sorted now. So it shows Majulis there, it shows Payne in about 15th position, which is probably where he was. Poor old Tyler Ducharme. Somehow that car is still going. I tell you what, it's all about trying to finish and trying to gain as many points as you can, because this points battle for the championship, we have seen a number of different winners throughout the series so far, and as we close in on towards the season's end, this championship battle is certainly going to heat up.
And definitely is the points battle. What it takes is consistency to win these points battles, and it's not necessarily about wins. As Barry Sorensen was proving that in the Pro Late models, says he's not won a race yet, but he has still been leading the points this whole way.
All right, we're back underway here at Fairbury, as it is still Majulis to lead. Now here comes Hauser and Wilson. Wilson throwing a slider back there on Hauser down into turn number 3 and 4. Hauser back to the inside, could get very dangerous for second right now, as here comes Devin Morgan to the inside on Wilson. Will he try the slider? No. Hauser's going to block that line down into turn number 3 and 4, and the battle is going to be on between Dylan Wilson and Devin Morgan.
And Devin Morgan, your points leader, he currently sits ahead of Tyler Ducharme by 34 points in the standings. So depending on what Ducharme does here the rest of this race, it's going to affect the points, because Blake Brown sits back there in the 3rd spot as well. He's within reaching distance as well in the points.
Well, everybody's still running upstairs. They just settle down for the top 10 positions at the moment. So we'll take a look at the gaps between the drivers, and at the moment top 10 separated by just a little over 4 seconds, and we are turning lap times. Let's take a look at the last lap times to see who's been the quickest car on the racetrack. It's Dylan Hauser, in fact, with a 13.259. He looks like he's got the field covered at the moment, but it's all about consistency right now for Blake Majulis. He turns out a lap time of 13.277, and Dylan Wilson, so our race leader, is actually, in fact, not the quickest car on the racetrack.
No, definitely not. That happens sometimes. Your leader, he's more consistent than anything. He doesn't have to run fast laps. All he has to do is hit his marks, and he's going to continue to pull out that lead. But right now, Devin Morgan, he's got a Chad Prescott in front of him, and he about drove right over his nose.
Yeah, well, Morgan's got a lot to play for right now, being the points leader, sitting on 487 points. He's got 1 win on the season. Tyler Ducharme, 453 points. So he is, 34 points away from Devin Morgan, and yet Ducharme has not had a win here this season. 13 points is Blake Brown. He's had 1 win as well, and Blake Brown sitting back there in 15th as here goes Prescott with a move there on Morgan and Morgan. And look at Cole Cadbury now in the number 71 machine, coming in to make it a 3-car battle.
Wow, good move there by Morgan to keep from driving into the rear end of Prescott. Now Prescott has to dive back underneath Morgan. This is a great battle for that 4th position, as Cole Cabry's right there watching it happen. Evan C. behind him, and here comes Morgan now back underneath Prescott. Now Prescott's going to shut the door on Morgan there for a split second. These two guys just throwing haymakers at each other here for that 4th spot as we're yellow. Caution is out.
Yes, so far yellow flag is going to come out, and we're going to go back and but we're not going to take a look at the replay, because we have got some stats to throw out right now. So looking at this is round 4, 6. This is round 8, and we have had 5 different winners in 7 rounds. Devin Morgan, Blake Brown, and Blake Majulis have all picked up 1 wins. There is 2 drivers that have got 2 wins, Evan C. and Dylan Wilson. And you take a look at where these drivers are running that have already picked up wins. So Blake Majulis looking to get his 2nd win of the season. Dylan Hauser looking for his 1st win of the season. And you go back to Dylan Wilson, who's looking for a 3rd win. And then we take a look at 4th and 5th, Prescott and Morgan. Prescott, no wins just yet. He's only raced a couple of times, I believe it is. So, and then of course Morgan, who's already picked up a win. Delaware double file restarts. Looks like we're going green this time by.
All right, see if the slide jaw war can pick back up between Morgan and Prescott. They were putting on a show back there for that 4th position. Here comes Dylan Wilson to the inside of Hauser. Can't get around him for that 2nd spot as Morgan now rolls into that 4th position. Cabry now gets around Prescott there for a split second as they're battling it out as Cabry gets shot up into the wall. And here comes Evan Seed out of the inside to take that spot away as we're yellow again.
Just when we think we're just going to get this race in, then all of a sudden these drivers just throwing some bombs. Tyler Ducharme, he is back on pit road, and again he is 2 laps down, so I believe that he might be done for the night. As I'll try and keep an eye on that 25. Yeah, there he is. He's parked up on pit road along with Blake Brown as well. So
wow. Second and third in points.
Yeah, when it comes to the points, Devin Morgan right now, he's got an opportunity to extend that points lead, and he rides in 4th position at the moment. And how about Chris Fisher and Evan C as well? They've got an opportunity to gain some points as well. Fisher, who sits 4th in points, is running in 12th position, and Evan C, top 5 in points, he's running 6th here on tonight. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th, they've all got a chance to change around, although looking at where they're finishing positions, I don't think it'll change too much, because they've got some 50 to 70 points between 2nd and 5th.
As we're back under green flag conditions, Blake Majulis takes the lead out of turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straight, we're going to file out again. It's going to be Hauser and Prescott going at it for the 3rd spot. As here comes Morgan getting underneath Cabry. Cabry going to try to slide back underneath him as that battle for the 5th spot rages on.
4 wide again through turn number 1 and 2. Man, oh man, Cabry, Morgan, Prescott, 3 wide once again, down through 3 and 4. Cabry slides up in front of Prescott. Oh, look out, Ducharme. Prescott going to move it to the infield. Wow, McSwain, he got it back going again.
And we're still green. Wow, what a crazy turn of events that was. Cole Cabry about wadded up 13 cars there on the front straightaway.
Wow, this race is absolutely insane. Meanwhile, Wilson made a mistake in 3 and 4. He caught the wall big time, and that allowed Dylan Hauser to catch up. But look at this. There's less than a second separating about. You're looking at what would be about 3-4 car lengths between 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
As they roll out of turn number 4, they're still in single file down the front straightaway, nose to tail. It is 0.5 of a second separating 1st and 3rd as Hauser tried to look underneath Wilson to take that spot away. Man, the track though, it is so top dominant. You got to fire a slide job to get around him. You can't just, you can't get under him. You got to do something drastic.
Yes, well, we are looking at this time by 13 remaining, so 63 laps is completed here. And I tell you what, Blake Majulis, just like he did in the Pro Late Models, he's looking for another win and looking for his 2nd win of the season. He's finally picked up some good form in the last couple of weeks, and well, as a result, this is the reason why he's out in front.
Down the back straightaway he goes. He's got a 0.5 of a second lead over Dylan Wilson. 0.8 back to Dylan Hauser, and then 2 seconds back to 4th place. As your top 3 cars, they seem to be the class of the field right now. And they're pulling away from the 4th place car of Morgan. There's Evan C. And there we go back to Barry Sorensen. How about that? He's up to the 6th spot. So a good run for the 13-year-old.
Yeah, James Gray's having a stellar performance here tonight as well. Inside the top 10, Aaron Kitchen in 9th, and Eric Tupper rounds out the top 10. Tanner Folds a couple of laps down, right in the middle of some cars on the lead lap. But here we go. Here comes Wilson down to the inside. Slide job with 9 to go.
Wow, what a move by Wilson. He about slid right up in front of Majulis. Majulis now plays some defense. He went a little lower onto the racetrack in turn number 3 and 4. And now here comes Wilson now to the inside. That's Hauser to the inside of Wilson, and he hit the wall coming out of turn number 2.
Geez, what a crazy couple of laps that was. These drivers, they are trying to get to the race lead, and they are throwing some big sliders. But have a look at what is in front of them. Oh, they're about a straightaway. They may not catch these guys, but here goes Wilson again, back to the inside with a slide job, but nice crossover. And it's a game of tic-tac-toe at the moment. 3 wide for the lead. Look out, it is on.
Wow, and they about slipped each other into the wall. Hauser and Wilson tagging each other down the back straightaway. And now here comes Wilson to the inside of Hauser. They make contact down the front straightaway. Majulis is saying, hey, you guys keep doing that. I'm just going to drive on.
Yes, and look who is slowly coming into the right-hand side of the screen. It is that green and white number 112 machine of Devin Morgan. Oh, Hauser and Wilson again. Man, there is no love lost between these two.
What a race we've got going on here between second, third, and fourth. And this is allowing Majulis to pull away. He has now got a 2.5 lead over Hauser, who slides up in front of Wilson. They make contact. Wilson is in the ball out of turn number 2.
And Devin Morgan will go back into second, but not for long, because here comes Wilson now on the inside of Hauser. Oh, this is not going to be pretty for these two drivers, as Evan C now. Wow. Wowee. Not one to run. Alex Payne stopped there in the middle of turns 3 and 4. And a 3-second gap from Morgan. Not Morgan. From Majulis on Devin Morgan. And now that brings Evan C up to position number 3 as well. It just seems that 33 machine always seems, he's just obsessed with the number 3.
Wow. I am still agog of what I just saw there. You could have had like 9 cars wad each other up there for second, third, and fourth. This is going to be a wild last lap. I'm going to just put it out there right now.
Yeah, well, in fact, it'll actually go back a lap, so we'll actually, in fact, have a green-white checker. Yep. Oh, boy. Look out. Hold on to your hats, folks.
You get your breath back.
Well, you're going to need it for these last 5 holes. Could be the hot tip. Or the last 2.
Oh, nobody watching is wearing a pacemaker. Wow. Tick-tock.
Man. All right, well, we're about to let these drivers loose. The lights on the pace truck should go out. That indeed they do. And Chris, I'll let you do us for the restart.
All right, getting set for our Delaware double file restart. It is Blake Majulis out front. Then it's going to be Devin Morgan. Evan C behind him. Now they're going to cycle out to a single file restart here. It's going to be a green-white checkered finish. If it's anything like those last 4 or 5 laps, we're in for a doozy. Here we go. We are back underway here at Fairbury. What a good jump from Majulis.
Well,
Down the back straightaway.
Yeah, we'll see what Majulis. We'll see if we can hang on. We'll see if Devin Morgan or Evan C have got anything right now, as the white flag is flying here in the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series. Majulis, Morgan, and C. Well, they'll come out of turn number 4 this time by, and Blake Majulis will get the win. Second will go to Devin Morgan. Evan C going to come home in position number 3. Then you go back to Dylan Hauser and Cole Cabry back there in position number 5, and we'll be able to bring the results up on your screen right now. So home in 6th was Barry Sorensen. Good drive by Barry Sorensen. James Grace in 7th, Aaron Kitchen 8th, Chris Fisher 9th, Hunter Stifler rounds out your top 10. Then you go back to Eric Tupper in 11th, Tanner Folds in 12th. 13th is Dylan Wilson, Alex Payne there in 14th, Tanner Tomasi 15th, Shad Prescott, Zach McSwain, Tyler Ducharme, Blake Brown, Dustin Sizemore, and Huey Quillen there for the 21 starters. Wow, what a race and what a finish that was.
That thing got absolutely just crazy there on the last 10 laps or so. And it's going to be interesting to hear our top 3 interviews when we pop them in to see what their thoughts were on that crazy last 10 or 12 laps or so. Looks like we got Blake Majulis ready to go. As Blake Majulis, your winner, you have gone 2 for 2 so far here with us, winner in the Pro Late Models. And this race right here, it wasn't quite as easy as the last one. You had some guys throwing bombs at you there in the last 10 to 15 laps. Take us through those last 10 to 15.
Oh, yeah. When you're that close to the wall, the cushion got, enormous, bigger than usual. And I was good when there was a little bit of moisture on exit. And I kind of felt like I was fading away, but I was trying to keep my right rear off the wall and just hold it straight as I can. I think Wilson might have been a little bit better at the end there. Just a little bit maybe. I was definitely a little better in the beginning, but it was a good race. It was hard to protect there, and with 2 to go restart, I never want to see that, like I said before. But
now there was a part there by midway through the race you were involved in a caution, and you got put back up there to the second spot. Do you think that helped you out a bunch?
Yeah, for sure. If I wouldn't have got the spot back, I think the officials called that everyone involved in that got their spot back, which, they made it right. All the lead cars got junked. That's what I like to see in a series. I think they made it right by doing that. It definitely helped.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what the discussion was there underneath that yellow and why you guys got your spot back, but you pretty much explained it. And no, right there, that put you right back in the position to get the lead. And it looked like the track was very, very top dominant. Am I wrong in saying that?
Oh yeah, it was definitely top dominant for sure. In the beginning, the bottom was there, but I didn't have a setup that could run down there. Slider line was good as well, but just top was just too good in the end. I think the track got too slick. Maybe if they reset the track or did some prep to it, it would have been a little bit better. But
So it's been a pretty good night for you so far. You won the Pro Late Models. You won the Super Late Models here tonight. Got to be happy with your night so far. Who you got helping you out? Who you want to give thanks to?
yeah, just thanks to you guys for broadcasting. Swindell Speed Lab, Sim Seats, Design 75, Jeremy Ray, ML Performance, Matt Logan, my girlfriend Tia, everyone that watched, thank you very much.
All right, that was your winner, Blake Majulis. Brett, who you got coming up next?
We have got second place driver here tonight, driving the 112 of Devin Morgan. Devin, well, congratulations on this second place run here tonight. You were a top 5 car, but a bit of luck between, a bit of controversy between second and third at the time, and allows you to get a second place run here tonight. You've got to be happy with that. You will extend your points lead.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy with that. We had a good car, and at the start with the fuel, it wasn't all that great, but once the fuel burned off, I definitely felt like when I hit it, I was just as good as them guys, if not just a tick better. Especially I got a rhythm there right before that yellow, and I felt like I would run them down, and I was getting times called off to me, and it seemed like I was pretty quick there, and that yellow just definitely helped. Maybe get me a shot at Majulis, but he was just too good there, and when them yellows happened, I just broke out of rhythm, and I couldn't quite get back in it, but I'm definitely happy with this second place finish.
Well, you lead by, at this stage, without tallying tonight's points, you had a gap of about 34 points. It should go out to 50 or 50 or more. Does that sort of play in your mind going into the final couple of races of the season?
No, not at all. I'm not really worrying about points or anything. I'm just going out here trying to get us the best finish that I can, get some good runs, and definitely learn a lot from these guys for going into the Pro Series. That's my main focus, is learning from these guys, and learning how to race against them, learning the tracks better, and where I need to be quicker. That way, I really can get them good runs in the Pro Series. So it's just a really big learning deal for me.
All right, well, congratulations on your second place finish here tonight. Good job and good luck for the Pro Series. But Devin, before we let you go, of course, sponsor shouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
Yeah, I gotta thank my mom, my dad, BKP Art, NPM Marketing, Wiley X Classes. I gotta thank Splash and Go Graphics and Dreamer Racing Series.
All right, there we go. Devin Morgan, they're home in second spot. Chris, you're standing by with our third place finisher of Evan C. Looks like Chris might have some technical issues, but Evan, congratulations.
I got to. Sorry, I had to unmute the microphone.
Yeah.
For those of you that are wanting to get into broadcasting, make sure your microphone is not muted. Evan, you had to pass about 200 cars tonight. I mean, you got mired back there. An incident on the last lap of the heat race had to come through the consi, and you came from deep back in the feature, man. It was a long night for you.
Yeah, it was just a bad mistake by me in the heat race, and so we just kind of embarrassed ourselves deep there, and luckily we won the courtesy though, so we didn't start too far back, about mid-pack, and it's really a little bit tight in the beginning of the race, and didn't start to come to us till about 15 to go there, and we started to be able to match at least the leaders' times, but really wasn't as fast as them, but it's like a lot of them were just kind of getting into each other and just wrecking each other pretty much, and we was able to sneak by there and get third.
Yeah, it looked like it was a very expensive, high-dollar demolition derby out there for about 40 laps or so. How did you get around all of that? I mean, you had to have some luck on your side.
Yeah, well, I wasn't trying to do anything stupid. I knew that I really wasn't fast as some of those guys, maybe just. So I was just kind of being patient, and when they got into each other and made mistakes, I was, especially with 10 to go, I was going to try and capitalize on it if I could.
I know you got to be happy with your result. Third place finish, and pretty consistent run for you tonight. Helps you out in the points just a little bit, but I mean, you got to be happy with it. Third place, and what's next for you?
So yeah, hopefully we can pick up some more wins in this series. We have 2 so far, and there's still a lot of races to go. And so yeah, I mean their teammates have been running good also. So Devin Morgan got a second tonight. So hopefully we can just keep up the momentum and pick up some more wins.
Who you got helping you out? Who you want to give thanks to?
Oh yeah, I just gotta thank all the guys at Team VLR, Filter Auto Performance, Iris and I Flag, Jim Emery at Supermoon Graphics, Kevin Dedman, his band Dirty Grass Soul, Captain Ben Morgan, and thank y'all for doing a broadcast and Stephen for putting on a series.
All right, that is your third place finisher, Evan C. He had a long race tonight, had to pass a lot of cars to get there, but he ended up finishing third.
Yes, that he did. That'll wrap us up for the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Nationals series. We've still got one more show to come here on Ultimate Dirt TV at Fairbury. We've got the 410 winged sprint cars. They'll be up in about 50 minutes time. And again, a big thanks to, of course, World of Thunder Racing League and DirtFan.com for their support here on the Sunday evening. Chris, I want to thank you once again, and we look forward to having you back with the 410 winged sprint cars in, like I said, just under an hour's time. So we'll go out and we'll go across the road and grab a pizza. What do you reckon?
Let's do it.
Sounds good. A big thanks to, of course, the sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. A big thanks to Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder Racing League, DirtFan.com, iRace Wraps, ISBC Broadcasting, and Critical Hit Pates. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, we say farewell. We'll see you back shortly. It's not good night just yet. And congratulations goes to Blake Majulis, who gets the win in the Super Late Model National Series.